Okie dokie.
Check.
Didn't really mean to break it, but it sure is weird. You want me to lay low?
Ooh.
And that's so sweet.
Sweat Equity
But if you can't be mine,
podcast.
waving goodbye.
Check.
We sounding good, John Paul?
Like I'm heading to the bear.
Check.
Didn't
Sound
really
great.
mean to break it, but it sure is weird.
There we go.
You want
There we
me to
go.
lay
Perfect.
low? Oh, and that's so sweet.
Sorry.
But if you can't be mine,
Oh, we'll leave that in.
This is a JP recommendation.
This could be a nice New Year's Eve theme.
Wait for the drop. Sorry.
Okay, I was going to say gay boat cruise.
It's a song about Paddington Bear. We're
Fair-
going to eat up
who's a
4
bear?
minutes of our 26 minutes.
Yeah, who's a bear, though?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
This is definitely gay cruise
Okay.
shit mix. I'm sorry. Look, I'm not cool. I don't know the house music.
Did they still call it yacht rock at that point?
JP, that
No,
was JP's
yacht-
idea.
Yacht rock, I guess, would be Michael McDonald, right?
What's yacht rock?
That'd be like Joe Bonamassa and
Steve Winwood.
who's the guy that played That's Just the Way It Is. Holy cow.
Hello?
Yeah,
You
let's
got
not-
my dog. You got my dog in here.
Oh, this is going to be a clusterfuck.
Bo, buddy. He's okay. He's okay. He thought someone was at the door. He's a real attack dog.
Yeah, no more fake alerts.
I'm your host, Lost Smith, sitting on mic 2 or mic 1 if you want. 1A, I'm 1B. Eric Redinger, and then I didn't get to meet you before we started, so
This
I'm
is
gonna
Nick
let Eric.
Ewing,
That is okay.
and
Yeah.
I don't know the name of your band because it's okay.
It's okay.
Right?
Ashley Smith and the Random Occurrence,
There you go.
and it's fun.
Ashley Smith and the Random Occurrence.
And the Random Occurrence.
What? Anything behind that name, or just it's going to be a mystery?
Funny enough, it was just the idea that things kind of happen and occur randomly, and there was a random occurrence how we all got together, and it just worked from there. We kind of play on that theme and
Hard,
just occur randomly at shows and venues and all sorts of stuff.
hard out on the intro
I
music.
can't do it good.
You
I'm
just
sorry.
all you do is turn the volume slowly down.
It's with my index finger on iTunes with the little tiny 1-inch volume bar. Yeah, good luck. There's nothing but hard outs.
You just do it with.
Oh, I'm so
you do
angry.
it with the keyboard. You could do it that way too.
Gotta have that
I didn't think about that, all right?
Hey, we're all about pragmatic tips on this podcast. If anybody else doing their own intro music,
I'll just keep doing that.
you're
until
gonna
everybody
box
loves
me out. You're gonna Dennis Rodman out. You're gonna Horace Grant me out of this shit.
Box out.
Rodman was a way better rebounder.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was nasty, man.
Anyways.
Speaking of, well, I mean, you wanted to kind of Kevin Bacon your way over to JCVD, I think, by bringing Rodman into this a little bit more.
Double. What is it called, JP?
Double
team.
Yeah.
Double
team.
Jeopardy.
Oh,
Double
it's
team.
definitely double team.
Okay. 'Cause
JCVD.
He's got Double Impact, where he plays his
I
own
think he had
twin.
a double Jeopardy.
Double Jeopardy. I
Double
want to.
Jeopardy was about a woman murdering her
Ashley
husband
Judd.
or something,
Yeah.
or one of the other.
That was a hell of a movie.
This
Yeah,
is
I need to go
this
back
is
and
how we
watch
bring the heat on this podcast. It's like, hey, what '90s movie can you reference? Oh yeah, we got this. Johnny
Just-
Mnemonic.
Just say
All
the
right.
name of it.
Mhm.
Double
Quiet.
Jeopardy.
Well, Nick was in our office talking to JP about a music video for the band. And Nick, why don't you explain the idea behind it and what you guys got planned?
Well, JP has been able to make it happen. We've been talking about the concept of bringing in a very raw aspect to a very historical thing, which I think is really neat about the trolley car system that Tico throws on. They actually do it monthly, which I wasn't aware of until we got asked to do it. So they do it it's the 5th of every month, I think, and they do it every Saturday. They have it from 5 to 7, and they literally start over by Centennial Park where the Ybor City History Museum Society is, and they start from there, go all the way downtown, and come back, and it's free, and I didn't know that before.
So for the people outside the area, we're in Ybor City, which kind of looks like the Bourbon Street of Tampa, and there's a trolley car that goes. That looks, old school, but it's a new trolley car. But it has the old
Still
school
runs
look.
on the tracks.
Yeah. And so I guess they do some kind of concert once a month. Is that what?
Yeah, it's just a concert series that Tico puts on, and they do it once a month, kind of like
Tico is the power company.
Tico's
I gotta,
Tico. It's
I
like,
gotta fill in people.
Tampa Electric Company.
it'd be
Sometimes
the
you gotta
equivalent to,
reset
like,
the table.
Duke Energy or whoever else is out there.
There's some people that are outside, never been to Tampa, may never go unless they have an opiate addiction. So, I got to let the audience know.
We got other stuff.
I know,
Yeah, we
but
have chickens
I like
and-
making that joke. It works. It plays.
Played out.
Play on, playa. So you're going to be on a trolley car. So this is the production constraints. What is that? Where y'all were going over how to do this, how to make it look? I can hear I was working over in the other room, and I could kind of hear almost keywords of sort. But I couldn't.
I'm interested to hear what keywords you heard because we were talking about.
He's a robot computer man.
I was trying not to hear. I was trying not to listen
hashtag.
because it was kind of y'all's private conversation. So, and I was trying to focus on what I was doing, but
Oh, that too.
that too.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Well, I have bad ADD. So I could hear what y'all were saying. I was like, don't get involved in that.
I gotta put in my opinion.
Well, I've done stand up on the Brew Bus, which is a brewery that would take you around on a bus to other breweries.
They do comedy on Brew Bus?
We tried it. We did a pilot of it. It was tough.
Please tell me you had a good name for it.
I think it was Laughs and Drafts, so not bad.
That's not bad.
Not bad. I
Not
like
bad.
anything rhyming is cool.
Was
I
that,
dig that.
was that all the same people going from point A to point B, or was it
Oh, yeah.
making stops?
So I had to
don't know
perform
how it
on the
works.
bus while it was going to one in St. Pete. So that's like a 45-minute drive. I didn't do the whole time, no. But I
Burned
did.
through
I
all your
did.
material.
I did
Hey,
riff.
where are you from?
Probably about halfway through, I started riffing. I just would riff the whole way through, which is what I like doing and I'm good at. But
It's what you'd be doing anyway on a brew bus,
Right.
just without a microphone.
Right, exactly. And then we went to one brewery, had a show set up, and then we went to another one and had a show set up, and then it was back and three people
So you
were
were
throwing up and stuff, and it was like we were trying to do stand up with another buddy, like JB Ball, and another buddy. I think. Yeah, mhm.
Kidding.
He was on the podcast not too long ago,
yeah.
Love
Tell him-
JB. I haven't seen him.
he taught us how to write a joke on air.
right? I remember that.
Or wait, no,
I
he
should have written
didn't.
it down.
But so what's
You're talking constraints.
yeah? What's the constraints of doing this kind of production?
I think the hardest part's going to be the fact that you're literally on kind of what JP was saying is that you're literally on a trolley. There's not going to be the fact that we can kind of hang on to the outside of the window. You're like, all right, make sure you're doing it correctly, and going through the window. I think it's going to be more of getting that one shot takes all kind of thing, and kind of figure out a way to see what we're doing, make it very raw, and kind of play to the historical concept of it. Back in the day, they didn't have too many things that made it super, super extravagant when it came to videography, and I think it'd be fun to kind of tap into that since it is such an older historic trolley car. I think it'd be kinda neat.
I think about the way I think about this kind of stuff. We're doing some script writing. We're doing some creative gigs that we got called out for, and it's one of those things where here's how I think about it. It's like, all right, you want the creative, right?
Yep.
And that can go. Think of that as that can expand a mind map all the way like crazy, right? Then I always think of the production constraints. What's the budget? What's the time for this? It's like, how many shots do we get at? Is it one song?
It's going to be one song. We're obviously going to have to take multiple recordings according to JP, which makes sense because God forbid the audio
Definitely.
gets messed up or anything like that. I think the hardest part's going to be that you don't have a lot of wiggle room. Like, you're not going to be able to move around. You're not going to be able to have someone kind of running up and down the aisle, so to speak, and having a bunch of different angles. So we're going to be, if you're looking at it it's a rectangle. It's pretty much where the trolley is. So you're going to be all on one side. It's not like you can kind of go behind us or go around us. You're getting straight on, maybe a 45-degree angle view, and that's about it. So I think that would probably be the biggest constraint would be the actual angles of it.
What about how long do you have to set it up, like beforehand?
I plan on getting there at 3 just to start drinking and get ready for the show. But
When does that?
I'm
but when
setting
is-
up.
Well, I mean, like, could you could you do comedians in cars getting coffee where there's like a lot of GoPros around?
I would love to do that. I think that adding that element into it would be fun. But JP's got the cool idea of getting the pre-set up, break down, show people kind of in a lame way. Not in a. We talked about not being lame, JP. Wherever you're at.
Well, you're
No
going to
lame.
need
We're not gonna be lame and
I'm on-
cheesy
I'm-
on this cheesy factor scale.
you're going to need some
I'm on
filler.
it with the cheesy factor.
Well, you
the only way I look at it like for y'all, I look at it as like you got to get coverage, right?
Yeah, you're gonna
You
need
treat it like you're
B-roll.
live, basically. That's how I would go. I would over plan like you're doing it on Saturday Night Live kind of thing, right?
Yeah,
So
you
you
only
go-
get limited takes.
Yeah. So
Because it's only a 2-hour session. The only actual footage time will be from 5 to 7. We board at like 4:53 or something like that, and so we'll get there about an hour and 2 hours early. The funny thing is it's not so much getting there to set up because there's going to be very minimal audio. That's actually like there's not going to be a big PA system.
I was gonna say, is it all acoustic?
It's gonna. I think Ashley, our lead singer, is going to have
you
just
can borrow
her
those.
vocals.
You can borrow those speakers if you want.
Pack them up.
We've got and it has a mixer that's built into it.
And I
mean,
think the Tico's actually having a small piano, but it's only going to be
Piano, you said?
no piano, PA.
Oh, I was like, oh shit!
They have a full
Tico's
grand-sized
awesome.
piano from the entire
that
half
takes
of
up
the back.
that takes up most of it.
It must be a grand piano.
So no, she's going to be mic'd up on her vocals, and then I think bass is
Short
gonna
for
be on
vocals.
Vocals, sorry.
Nice. Good pull.
Gotta get the
Pulled it
lingo
hard.
I thought it was
going.
vocabulary.
Deep.
Yeah.
Never heard of the Vokes.
No, vocals on that, and then bass would obviously going through his column, his bass amp, and then I think our acoustic guitarist is going to go straight out. I play violin. It's going to be loud as it is. So what's funny is I think the production side of it's going to be difficult from the audio because it's going to be a listening session because you have to. There's no real mixing levels on individual parts because not everyone's going to be plugged in. So we're going to have to say, all right, well, if Ashley's at 75%, we all better be kind of bringing it down a little bit so that everything is well balanced.
This is
and
where
well-mixed.
This is where I'm like.
Oh, it's not easy.
As you could probably tell from the audio of this podcast, we don't
Hey, watch
have
it.
that ear. Maybe
Well, these microphones smell good. So that's
Do
a
they?
good start. Yeah,
Those are new.
that's a
Those
problem in the
phones are
music
new.
industry is bad smelling microphones because people like to kind of look all their stuff.
I do
and-
stand up, man. It's I know all about that. People fuck the fucking mic, and so think of that fucking dick cheese all over that.
Well, have you ever
Schmegma.
grown your beard out longer than it is now?
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten caught in a
Like
microphone?
I've gotten it that
Yeah,
as
where it
long as
literally gets
yours.
stuck.
Yours is like what would you call it? A playoff beard, I'd say.
I would like to say like a
Yeah,
nice.
it's final round of the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, of the hockey. And
playoffs.
we're not no baseball's much uglier and longer.
Like a
beards.
2 month. It's a 2 month no cut
I'm actually thinking about shaving my head on January 1st. That's not a joke.
to.
Just to shave it for shits and giggles.
It's not that
Are
crazy.
you making a statement? Is
No,
this-
not at all. I just need a change.
Yeah.
And I think keeping the
look
beard
cool.
will look very Viking-ish. And
I
it's a
think-
solid look.
I think guys' main incentive. I just look at incentive and penalties and everything. Your main incentive for
Oh,
hair. and
come on,
stuff,
man! You got a
It's
nice,
not that long, though.
You're gonna make
got a
Eric's
nice head
really
of hair.
sad.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Keep
And
it.
it's funny
That's
that
like
you say
spitting
that.
in my face.
So that's the funny thing is everyone's like, Nick, you got a solid set of hair.
That's why.
That's
It
why he
looks
wears
like
the
it does.
Philadelphia AIDS hat.
I saw myself in the mirror. I was like, I look like radio. See if anybody calls me out.
You're
I
the
was
white
waiting. I can't believe
radio.
it took you so long.
White radio. I gotta find that movie because there's one quote in there that is soundboard worthy.
For what? Oh, is
Radio?
it like inappropriate?
Yeah, it's really bad.
Like couldn't get away with it these days.
Probably.
We're
Yeah.
talking Cuba Gooding Jr. radio, right?
Some people call him Cuba.
Cuba.
But all right, so you're gonna make a statement. You're not gonna make a statement, but
I just thought about shaving. Just kind of like one of the biggest things of 2018 I'm really looking forward to and happy about for 2019. I started buying really good underwear, and I figured that it's just time to make a change.
the undies.
No. Target's got one called Pair of Thieves, and I'm telling you what, I've never had better underwear in my whole life.
Pair of thieves.
Pair of Thieves. Jessica Alba's husband
Oh.
is the co-creator of that.
Okay.
No
I
plug
like-
at all. No plug. I have no idea who he is. I've never
Yeah,
met him.
not affiliated with this show, but if they want to sponsor
that's a
it,
good
we're-
gig.
We're right there.
But I just figured I just wanted to shave my head and kind of fuck people up for a little bit because everyone's like, Nick, you got great hair. And I just kind of want to say, I don't have great hair anymore.
Do you think?
You're kind of overestimating, I think, people's reaction to you shaving your head.
I'm absolutely sure that I am. I just thought
Yeah,
I've never
You're
done
gonna be like, guys,
This
the
is the
hair-
new me.
Never. No,
Like,
it's
did
not a
you
new. No,
always
it's not
look like
New Year
that?
Me, Know Me thing. I hate that. That's not.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
No.
But that's what everybody's gonna think. You know that, right?
right. Yeah, if you do it January 1st, they're gonna be like, man, he's
Trying to lose
he's
weight.
really
I
going
start
for
at the
that
top.
Sons of Anarchy look.
I just want to let me know this podcast just saved me from shaving my head. So that's a huge, huge.
Here-
No,
here's
you
a-
should totally do it.
Here's all I'll say is it's all about
Don't shave yourself.
it's all about the incentive for dudes and their look is all about what's the optimal amount of pussy you can get from your look, right? So I keep my hair long. I don't want to, but I know I got
But
more
it gets
ass.
the pussy.
I got more ass when I had long hair than when I didn't. So
Because on my license, I look like I used to sell insurance when I was in college. And I can't believe I'm going to say this on the radio, but my friends call me Jihadi Nick,
isn't
which
the
is really,
radio.
really terrible on the podcast here.
Whoa, that's quite a contrast.
It's a little scary.
You might
So
want to show it to the camera. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Put it up to the camera.
not that cool for us.
He's on white girth.
Okay.
So
This
here we
is
go.
great
I'm working on it.
stuff.
Good pod.
I'm sorry!
He kind of looks like someone in Breaking Bad that never got a speaking line.
This is the guy that used to sell insurance. He also worked for a multi-level marketing firm. That's my concealed weapons permit.
Look like
Okay.
a lesbian.
yeah, you do.
I do. I look.
You look like Rosie O'Donnell's wife or something.
I tell you what, she's a nice lady, bro.
Okay.
But,
You put your license shit out there.
Yeah, you just now I gotta
Yeah, we
blur
don't-
that shit out.
You know
God
what?
We don't know
damn
how
it.
to do that.
everyone's got it all anyway. It's all public knowledge at this point, anyhow. But,
I would maybe change that.
I'm going to. Sorry about that.
We're going live right now.
Don't apologize to us.
Guys,
apologize
my
to
address
your
is on
money
there.
guy.
Do you
Feel
have
free to come.
LifeLock? Because you should.
I do. I have several forms of LifeLock.
Oh,
Good.
good. Then I don't have
Good.
to do that.
Even better.
Your
It saves
phone-
me 5 minutes.
Your phone starts pinging. Ding, 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 ding. So, what got you into music? Violin is this a rock band or y'all like a?
Are you a fiddler?
That is the hardest question that in this specific group as I've ever been asked, because this is not, it's not a specific genre. Like, I think the only thing we can come up with that really kind of defines the music is folky
Okay.
R&B.
Is it like Greta Van whatever?
Think and
Susteren.
I'm
Uh-huh.
can't, my band members are going to kick me in the
And
ass
why do
when I
people
say
hate on
this. They're going to because I usually I think that music's very sexual.
Uh-huh.
So if you can compare it to that, say like I like to consider it like if Alabama Shakes had sex with every member from Mumford and Sons, that would be kind of a similar genre. But I also like to think that if Etta James, Aretha Franklin, Etta
Jumps
James,
in the orgy.
they had a very, very like co-lesbian relationship back in the early 30s, 40s, and 50s. I think that would be them and Foreigner's kids. Like if Foreigner had a bunch of kids
Sweet
that played
Jesus.
music, it would be
Whoa.
Etta James hanging out with those kids.
Okay.
Thought about this.
I have.
a
I
lot.
think about it a lot.
It has to get confusing when you've done this with drunk people because they're like, wait a minute.
Consistently.
Aretha Franklin had sex with
Etta
with who?
All of the Mumfords.
Lou Fitzgerald?
Mumford
What?
and his sons.
Yeah. So,
No,
'cause
but just-
I even was like, wait a minute. She was a lesbian?
No. If she was, good for her.
Yeah, but my mind works very slowly and visually, so I just imagine them scissoring.
Scissors.
Well, do you know Brittany from Alabama Shakes?
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine a red-headed white version of her, like slow fucking every guy from Nathaniel Rateliff in the Night Sweats.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of that groovy cross demographic population kind of music that's I don't know, it's kind of what everybody wants to listen to. It's about heartache, it's about crying, it's about being happy. And I think what keeps you said what got you into music. I sucked at sports. I was the tallest kid on the team and I can't jump. I had a my GPA was fucking incredible. I had a 4.7 weighted 3.8 unweighted. And I
Sorry.
didn't play a single game.
Sorry, I remember like a 4.7 is like ridiculous. Public school. So when
Yeah, IB
it was
program.
public
I have a 6.9 GPA.
We graduated
Like, that
a-
doesn't mean anything to me.
I remember graduating
have that.
02. I remember going to a sports conference for like football or something like that. It was like, this guy has a 6.4. And I was like, that's bullshit.
He's already a junior in college.
Ours capped at 4.
Yeah, me
So
too.
like the private school, you get you.
Well, it's not. I was at a public school. I went to East Bay. It was it's AP, advanced placement. So
Yeah.
I got AP credit, and that's
No.
what made it quote unquote weighted, which I didn't like because I was a fat kid in high school. So the thought of having a weighted GPA.
I think
felt
ours
good.
was like even if it was AP, you still never got over 4.0, which hurt you by going to a harder high school. No, I remember it, but I don't care.
Yeah. Anyway, that's why I got into
wouldn't
music.
change
'cause
my
I couldn't-
timeline. Anyway, I like that I went to Auburn, even though I thought I was going to Florida and went to Auburn. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I don't like that you can't compare SAT scores with someone that's like 7 years younger.
They changed it back though.
Well, they
Yeah, I
changed it
know,
every year though.
but that's like
It went from 1600 to 2400, and then back to 16. I think.
not to
Now-
bring it to sports, but that's why like if they change the MLB games during the year, like they shorten that. They talked about that for a while. It's like I don't like that because it messes up all the records and stuff.
It'd
But
be frustrating.
No, they were just talking about a pitch clock.
no. I mean like they've
They're
been
just
saying
saying
like
you got 10 seconds to throw the ball. That's what they were talking about.
162 games is dumb though.
Yes, that is dumb.
It's not
Right.
baseball.
It's
It's because it's so easy.
yeah.
You get done playing a baseball game, you're like, I don't really feel like I did anything.
Right.
We should just do it like every day
That's
for
why-
6 months, so I feel like I did.
You don't play the
something.
same team 7 times?
Yeah.
That's why all the two
We'll
sport
go to your
athletes-
city, you come back to my city, then we'll
Yeah.
go back to your city for 2 more games, and then we'll just go on the road for another 8 months out of the year.
all the two sport athletes, if it's even money, what they're good at, like they're good at football and
Go to
baseball,
baseball
they're going
every
to
time.
baseball every time.
You know, Tebow went to go play b-ball or baseball for a little bit too, right? Right
Yeah, I
after
think
he got
that's
out of
I
done.
think he's still.
He's back at announcing.
Is he?
Yeah.
He was getting close to the majors. I thought for a minute. He had a decent end to it. I think. I don't care.
You just I was gonna let you just run out of Steve.
No, I did it for
Just
myself.
figuring out that you didn't know what happened after he hit that one home run.
Yeah. Yep, that
So
was
what-
Me.
What so how many bands have you been in?
I played with a group called Drop and Pickup for a long time, back in after like 2013 to 2016.
Strong band names. both.
Drop and Pickup. Everyone's like, what does that mean? It was so on a guitar, there's a pickup that goes into the guitar. It's a drop-in pickup, and some guy at one of the original band members' shows said you should call yourself Drop and Pickup.
I thought it was 5-second rule kind of thing.
Damn close, very very close. Drink. It depends on what you're dropping on the floor though. Can't drink.
I eat food off the ground.
Would you
and
drink
let it drop all
like
the
if you
time.
dropped a shot on the floor, like a shot of whiskey or bourbon? Would you go down there and sip it up, depending on the venue, or at all?
No, I would just buy a new one.
That would be like
Or
Well, you're not a starving musician, so.
well, I'm a starving comic business owner.
Close.
That would be like Nicolas Cage in that one movie where he's drunk. He got an Oscar for. I'm a prickly pear.
Raising Arizona.
No. Leaving Las Vegas.
Something in
Yeah.
something in the Midwest.
Have y'all seen that? No.
No.
He gets wasted. He's like, I'm a prickly pear, and just goes around.
I don't
It's
need to see it.
amazing.
That's behavior that I wouldn't expect Nicolas Cage to do in a movie. I would expect that in real life.
If you got an Elizabeth Shue crush, it's a good one for that too.
Okay. I can remember that.
I believe.
Shue
So
But no, Drop and Pickup was my last band that I played in prior to playing with for Ashley Smith and the Random Occurrence, call it Astro. I played with another guy named Kerry Courtney here locally. He was part of a band called Goodnight Neverland, and that was
good
their,
too.
They were kind of like if Connor Oberst from Bright Eyes just had an incredibly long, like 48-hour drinking spree, and had really good music that actually hit people.
That's our 2-minute warning.
Uh-oh.
If you couldn't get it through your headphones.
And I didn't want the orgy to get out of control too.
Well,
Before- the musical orgy
Well,
descriptions.
Is this a curtailed episode? We wanted to
will
make
be.
sure we're getting them in because no one's podcasting, putting out episodes the holiday time, and we wanted to keep it going. And we had lightning in a bottle in the studio. We wanted to keep you in here and see if
You're
we
gonna
could.
make me start crying for the third time today. Thank
Oh
you.
yeah, third time.
I love to cry. I carry a handkerchief literally everywhere I go.
Really?
Oh yeah, well it's great because like you can put it underneath your drink, you can wipe your eyes when someone says they don't want to get a drink with you. It's very comes in handy.
Sure, the utility of a handkerchief. I like it.
100%. That's a good question.
Do you have
handkerchief
kids?
or handkerchief?
Do you have kids?
No, absolutely not. I'm waiting for
You're gonna
another
slide
15 years
right
on
into
this.
dad mode, no problem.
Yeah.
Handkerchief?
Yeah. That handkerchief will turn into a booger rag.
Is it handkerchief or handkerchief? I think that's a final good question.
Shit.
for
I
the
pronounce
podcast.
shit incorrectly all the time, so I'm probably do the opposite of what I'm saying.
Yeah, Mr.
Handkerchief.
Bisectomy.
I got to get a vasectomy. Getting snipped. Do you want to do
that
it together as we get a Groupon?
It would be good content.
We could live stream it.
podcast.
Live stream your vasectomy.
With that
I
would
would
be,
definitely, I'll
I
definitely
would watch
be
that.
a total weenie.
No pun intended.
We're gonna have pun intended.
Weenie.
This is a dick show, dick joke show.
I just had the conversation like 2 days ago.
If you look at our logo, it's a dick tie.
I
forgot that
was
was up
looking
there.
at Ty first. Now I see it.
That'd
That'd be
No,
great
that's-
if you should put that on.
That's
a
good.
clock.
Once you see it, it'll be like the FedEx arrow.
You literally
not
can't
see
unsee it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah.
one screwed me up.
So, where should we plug people to? What website?
All the social medias, Instagram, Facebook's always great, but all in all, just come to a show.
Where do we find you? Is it under Nick Ewing? Or is
It's
it
under. I mean, I play music all over the scene, but I'm with a couple, mostly just with Ashley Smith and the Random Occurrence. So just come on out to those Facebook pages or Instagrams and come say hi.
Google thems.
Googles.
Check out sweatequitypod.com.
And thank you guys for having me too. I appreciate being on the Sweat Equity today.
Yeah, man.
Nice having you.
This was excellent. I don't care what JP said about it.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. But he also
Happy
controls
New Year's, fuckers.
when we stop recording.